This is a webinar that goes over entering purchase orders. When you're entering purchase orders, you can either be at the top level organization or you can be at your individual store. In this example, at the top right hand corner, I'm at store 1. To get to enter purchase orders, you're going to click on the inventory tab up at the top, purchasing, and enter purchase orders. There's two parts to this screen, the purchase order header and the SKU detail. We're going to start with the purchase order header. The first step is to type in the purchase order number to the right of purchase order number. The second step is to type in the supplier code. We're going to do New Balance for this example. You can also put in the confirmation number, account number, ship via, and terms. If you already have this information on Manage Suppliers for the account number, ship via, and terms, that will come over automatically. You'll put in the order date when you ordered this purchase order, the ship date, and the cancel date. Order date is required because you see this blue line. Ship date, cancel date, and payment date are optional, but we highly recommend putting in at least the ship date and the cancel date. You can type in a comment for this purchase order. You can also type in an alert message. So that way when someone goes to pull up this purchase order, when they go to receive it, that alert message will pop up on the screen. If this is a purchase order specifically for a customer for a special order only, you can click on to the right of Special Order. You can also select what your print options will be, whether it will be grid or columns. The default is grid. Once you have this information done on purchase order header, you're going to click on the button that says Save PO down at the bottom. You can now click on the SKU detail tab. To select your SKU, you can either type in the SKU number to the right of SKU list, or you can use the lookup to select the SKU. Once you select that SKU, it'll come up on the screen along with the size grid if there is a size grid associated with that SKU. If you want to see the on-hands for that SKU, you can click to the left of Show On-Hand Quantities. And that'll show in green what the on-hand quantities are for this SKU. If you're getting a special discounted cost, you could receive this at a lower price if you needed to. You would just change the receive at cost. Now you can go to the size grid and enter the quantities in each size that you would like to order. Once you're done, you can click on the Save SKU button. If you needed to enter more SKUs, you could use the SKU lookup or type in the SKU number and select the appropriate SKU. And again, that size grid will come up on the screen. You can enter those sizes in that you're going to order, and then click on Save SKU. Once you're done entering every SKU on this order, you can print this out. So you can either click on Print and View or Print and Clear. Print and View will print it out and bring it up on the screen for you to view right away. And here is a printout of what the purchase order looks like. You can then print that out and fax it to your vendor, or you can email it to your vendor or call it in. Let's say you wanted to duplicate a purchase order. Maybe you've entered a purchase order for delivery date to be January and you're going to order the same exact thing for shipment date of March. So you can bring it up an existing purchase order and then click on the Duplicate PO button down at the bottom. A message will come up stating that you're about to create a duplicate of the PO number. You can now put your new purchase order number in. And then click on Duplicate PO. That new purchase order number will come up on the screen, and then you can put the different ship date and cancel date. And once you're done, you can click on the Save PO button down at the bottom. And again, if you wanted to print that purchase order, you could either click on Print and Clear, which will print it, take it to the report history, and clear the screen so you can enter more purchase order numbers, or Print and View, where it'll print it and it'll bring up on the screen that report so you can view it right away. The other types of purchase orders are automatic purchase orders. If you create models in your system where you always want to keep a certain number on hand for each style and size, you can create those model quantities, and when it falls below the model quantities, it'll create an automatic purchase order. The first thing that you would need to do is create those models. To do that, you could click on Inventory, Stock Maintenance, and enter Product Models. You could name that model to the right of model name, and then you could put in exactly what sizes you want to always keep on hand for that style. Once you're done, you can save and clear. It also allows you to create multiple models for a style. So maybe the first quarter is a lighter model, and the second quarter might be a heavier model. So you could create a model, tell it the start date and the end date, and then another model on the start date and the end date, and it will automatically switch to the new model when it needs to. Once you have your models in your system, the next step is to generate an automatic purchase order. So what it does, it looks at your on hand in the system, what your models are, and also if there's anything on order. So if it falls below the model and you don't have anything on order for that particular size and style, it will do an automatic purchase order for you. So it keeps all that into consideration. So to run the automatic purchase order, you'll click on Inventory and Purchasing and Generate Automatic Purchase Orders. So if you're just wanting to do it on model stocks, you'll do the default of based on model stocks. You'll have your store number, the ship date, cancel date, and if you choose to do a payment date, you can do an alert message, and then you can click on criteria. If you're wanting to do a specific supplier, in this example I'm just going to do New Balance, you can put that in the supplier field. If you want to preview it, you can click on the preview button first, or if you're ready to create that purchase order, you can just click on Create PO and print. This will bring you automatically to the report history, and you can select that purchase order. You can open it, save it to your hard drive, or cancel it. I'm going to go ahead and open it, and that brings that automatic purchase order up on the screen. You can see the PO number starts with an A, and that's how you know it's an automatic purchase order. And it's for store 1, it's New Balance, and then you have the date and then the numbered PO that I've done today. And then it lists all the information down below that you need.